Welcome back. Today, we're in the breathtaking country of Oman, and I've got a challenge experience as much as possible with just 50 American dollars. From ancient forts to stunning coastlines, Oman is full of surprises, and I'm here to prove you don't need a fortune to find adventure. We'll explore mountains, markets, beaches, and of course, eat some incredible food, all on a shoestring. It's about the moments, the people, and the joy in simple things. Will 50 bucks be enough? There's only one way to find out. Let's dive into Oman on a budget. My journey begins in the heart of Oman, where the mighty Al Hajar Mountains rise like a jagged spine across the landscape. These ancient peaks, carved by time and wind, are often called the backbone of Oman, and for good reason. Their sheer cliffs and dramatic ridges stretch as far as the eye can see, painting a picture of wild, untamed beauty that feels almost otherworldly. Standing at the base, I can't help but feel a sense of awe. This is a place where the sky seems close enough to touch, and every breath is filled with the crisp, clean scent of adventure. Instead of splurging on an expensive guided tour, I decide to do things the local way. I hop into a shared taxi, known here as a Baisa bus. For just a couple of dollars, I'm joining Omani commuters and fellow travelers on a winding journey up into the mountains. The ride itself is an experience. Windows down, warm breeze in my hair, and the hum of conversation in Arabic all around me. The driver expertly navigates the twisting roads, honking a friendly greeting to every passing car. It's a far cry from the isolation of a private tour, and I already feel more connected to the rhythm of daily life here. The best part about traveling this way? The people. In the close quarters of the Baisa bus, strangers quickly become friends. I share stories with a local teacher heading home for the weekend, and an elderly man offers me a handful of sweet dates as we climb higher into the hills. Laughter and smiles break any language barriers, and I find myself learning about Omani traditions, family life, and even a few words of Arabic. All the while, the scenery outside the window grows more spectacular with every mile. As we leave the bustle of the city behind, the landscape transforms. The modern skyline of Muscat slowly gives way to rolling foothills, and then, suddenly, to the dramatic terracotta peaks of the Al Hajar Mountains. The road snakes upward, hugging the cliffs, and every turn reveals a new vista. Deep canyons, sunlit ridges, and tiny villages perched on impossible ledges. The air grows cooler, and the noise of the city fades into the background, replaced by the quiet majesty of the mountains. Every bend in the road is a revelation. One moment, we're gazing down into a vast canyon, its walls painted in shades of red and gold by the afternoon sun. The next, we're rounding a corner to find a waterfall tumbling down a rocky slope, or a herd of goats picking their way along a narrow path. I can't help but press my face to the window, trying to take it all in. It's the kind of scenery that makes you want to stop the car every 5 minutes just to marvel at the view. Eventually, I hop out at a small mountain village, eager to explore on foot. The trail is rocky and steep, winding past ancient stone settlements that seem frozen in time. Crumbling walls and weathered doorways hint at centuries of history, and I pause to imagine the generations who have called this place home. The only sounds are the crunch of my boots on gravel, the whisper of the wind, and the distant bleating of goats. There's a profound sense of peace here, a feeling that the mountains are watching over me, sharing their secrets in the silence. When hunger strikes, I find the perfect spot, a rocky ledge overlooking a canyon that seems to stretch on forever. I pull out a crisp apple from my bag and take a bite, savoring the simple pleasure of lunch with a view that money can't buy. The sun warms my face, and for a moment, time stands still. It's in these quiet moments, far from crowds and tour buses, that I feel most alive, most connected to the world around me. After a few hours of wandering, my soul feels lighter, recharged by the mountain air and the kindness of strangers. I make my way back to the village, where another shared taxi is waiting to whisk me down the mountain. My wallet is barely lighter, but my heart is full. As we wind our way back toward the city, I watch the peaks recede in the rearview mirror, already dreaming of my next adventure in these timeless mountains. Next up, the legendary Mutra Souk, where the colors, scents, and sounds of Oman come alive in a whirlwind of sensory delight. But for now, I carry the peace of the mountains with me, a reminder that sometimes the best journeys are the ones that take you off the beaten path. Welcome to Mutra Souk, Muscat's ancient marketplace, a maze of sights, sounds, and scents. As I step through the arched entrance, I'm instantly transported into a world where time seems to slow down. The air is thick with the aroma of frankincense and spices, and the gentle hum of conversation mingles with the clinking of copperware and the laughter of children darting between stalls. Sunlight filters through wooden slats above, casting golden patterns on the stone floor, while every corner promises a new discovery. This is the heart of Old Muscat, alive with centuries of stories. I weave through narrow passageways lined with shops overflowing with treasures, hand-woven carpets, shimmering silver jewelry, and vibrant textiles. The shopkeepers greet me with warm smiles and friendly banter, inviting me to browse their wares. I stop at a stall filled with delicate clay frankincense burners, each one hand-painted with intricate designs. After a bit of playful haggling, I manage to score a deal on a small burner, and in the process, I make a new friend. The shopkeeper shares stories of his family's history in the souk, and we laugh together, bridging cultures with a simple exchange. The scent of freshly baked bread draws me further in. I find a street food vendor expertly spreading thin dough over a hot dome, creating kubz ragag, Oman's beloved crispy bread. For less than $1, I'm handed a piping hot piece, its edges golden and crackling. I savor each bite, the simple flavors a perfect reflection of Omani hospitality. Around me, locals and travelers alike gather to enjoy this humble treat, sharing stories and laughter as they eat. It's a reminder that sometimes, the best meals are found in the most unexpected places. Wandering deeper into the labyrinth, I'm beckoned by a shopkeeper who insists I join him for a cup of Omani coffee. The coffee is rich and aromatic, infused with cardamom and served in a delicate cup. As I sip, he tells me about the tradition of offering coffee to guests, a symbol of Omani hospitality and respect. We sit together, surrounded by shelves stacked with antiques and trinkets, and for a moment I feel less like a tourist and more like a welcomed guest in someone's home. It's these small gestures that make travel so meaningful. My senses are overwhelmed by the vibrant colors and intoxicating scents of the spice stalls. I pause to admire mounds of saffron, cinnamon, and dried rose petals, each promising to add a taste of Oman to my kitchen back home. I pick up a bag of mixed spices, the vendor carefully tying it with a smile. For just a few coins, I have a fragrant souvenir that will remind me of this magical place long after I've left. The souk is a treasure trove for anyone who loves to cook or simply appreciates the art of flavor. The souk pulses with life. Families shop for daily essentials, children chase each other between stalls, and elders gather to share news and laughter. The sense of community is palpable, woven into the very fabric of the marketplace. Every face tells a story. Every interaction is a thread in the tapestry of Omani culture. Here, tradition and modernity coexist in perfect harmony, creating an atmosphere that is both timeless and ever-changing. It's easy to lose track of time as I wander, caught up in the rhythm of the souk. As my arms fill with small purchases, spices, trinkets, and memories, I realize that my budget is still intact, but my heart is overflowing. The true magic of Mutra souk isn't just in the things you can buy, but in the connections you make and the experiences you gather along the way. Every smile, every shared story, every taste and scent becomes a part of your own journey. With my senses awakened and my spirit uplifted, I step out of the souk and make my way toward the sparkling coastline. The turquoise waters of Muscat beckon, promising a new adventure just beyond the market's ancient walls. Time to hit the beach. After the souk's buzz, it's time to unwind at Karoom Beach, Muscat's golden public paradise. A quick, cheap bus ride brings me to miles of soft sand and turquoise water, all free. I stroll barefoot, watch families picnic, and hunt for shells. Simple joys, zero cost. A swim in the warm Gulf of Oman is pure bliss. I dry off under a palm, grateful for this slice of serenity. The sun sets, casting everything in gold. Now let's find some street food. Hungry and on a mission, I dive into Oman's street food scene. First up, a shawarma loaded with spiced meat, garlic sauce, pickles and fries, just $1, and absolutely delicious. Next, I try beef mishkak, juicy tamarind-glazed kebabs grilled over charcoal, each skewer just cents. For dessert, a small piece of Omani halwa, rich, floral, and unforgettable. The grand total for this feast, less than $5. Every bite is a window into Omani culture. Food here isn't just a meal, it's a conversation, a connection. My stomach's full, my budget's healthy. One last adventure awaits. For our grand finale, I set out for Misfat Al Abreen, a hidden gem nestled high in the Omani mountains. This enchanting village, perched on the edge of a rugged canyon, is a tapestry of history and nature woven together. As my taxi winds up the steep, twisting roads, the landscape transforms. Arid hills give way to lush greenery, and the air grows cooler and fresher with every turn. The first glimpse of Misfat is unforgettable. Clusters of ancient mud brick houses cling to the mountainside, their ochre walls glowing in the afternoon sun, surrounded by a sea of vibrant green terraces. It feels like stepping into a storybook, a place untouched by time. For just a few dollars, another shared taxi has brought me here, and now I find myself wandering through the labyrinth of narrow, shaded alleyways. The paths are lined with smooth stones, worn by centuries of footsteps, and the cool shade offers a welcome respite from the midday heat. Every corner reveals a new scene: a local woman carrying a basket of dates, sunlight filtering through palm fronds, the gentle laughter of children echoing off the ancient walls. The village feels alive yet peaceful, a place where tradition and daily life blend seamlessly. As I explore, the soothing sound of water draws me closer. I pause to listen to the gentle flow of the Falaj irrigation channels, an ingenious ancient system that still nourishes the village's terraced gardens today. The air is filled with the songs of birds, flitting between the date palms and banana plants. Here, the gardens are a true oasis, lush, green, and bursting with life. Locals tend to their crops with practiced hands, coaxing bananas, papayas, and dates from the rocky soil. The scent of ripening fruit mingles with the earthy aroma of wet stone and fresh leaves, creating a sensory symphony that is both calming and invigorating. The terraced gardens, carved with care into the mountainside, are a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of the people who call this place home. As I wander, locals greet me with warm smiles and friendly nods, their hospitality as natural as the landscape itself. Children dart through the winding paths, playing games and laughing, their joy infectious. An elderly man offers me a cup of sweet Omani tea, inviting me to sit and share a moment of conversation. Nearby, a family gathers for a meal outdoors, their laughter and stories drifting on the mountain breeze. There's a sense of timelessness here, a feeling that life moves at its own gentle pace, unhurried and harmonious. As the day draws to a close, I find a quiet terrace overlooking the valley. I sit, letting the cool mountain breeze wash over me, and watch as the sun dips behind the peaks, painting the sky in shades of gold and rose. The mud brick houses glow in the fading light, and lanterns begin to flicker on, casting a warm, inviting glow. I take a moment to jot down my thoughts, grateful for the peace and beauty that surrounds me. Misfat Al Abreen is more than just a village. It's a living reminder of Oman's resourcefulness, its deep connection to the land, and the warmth of its people. As the stars begin to appear, I realize this is the perfect end to our journey. A place where nature, history, and hospitality come together in perfect harmony, leaving me with memories I'll cherish forever. That's a wrap on our $50 Omani adventure. From mountains to souks, beaches to villages, we've seen that the richest experiences don't come with a big price tag. This journey was about connection, discovery, and the simple joys that make travel unforgettable. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and let's keep exploring together. Until next time, remember, the best adventures are often the most affordable. See you soon.